How much do you have to, or do you need to tweak the offense when Costanzo's not in there? I mean, I think he allows you to do more things. What do you have to do when he's not there?
Yeah, we have to account for, that any good defensive end, we always have to account for whether, Anthony's there or whether Anthony's not there, but what Anthony does give you, he just is a dominant left tackle that is able to win his one-on-one matchup. So, we just have to, be aware that, that there might need to be a little bit more help for whoever's in there because Anthony's elite. And so we might not look exactly the same, but, accounting for all things, not only with who's replacing Anthony, but also who we're playing against.
If you had to estimate how many times you help him during the game, AC, can you use just one hand?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Sorry, I couldn't quite hear you.
That's okay, Siri. Yeah.
I have no idea how she activated. I guess she didn't like your answer. She was giving me her answer.
Yeah, I could. Yeah, I probably could. So, he's a unique player in that aspect, and that's why we're thankful he's obviously on this football team.
Mike Wells.
Hey Nick, before Conti tells you, I was messing with you before you hopped on about being on time. So Conti's gonna wrap me out and tell you that afterwards. So
2:00 right on the dot.
I like it. Hey, but sticking with that the left tackle spot. Obviously, you're facing a guy like J.J. Watt who can play on both sides, and I'm sure if he sees whether it's LaRaven or whoever's at left tackle, he'll probably want to line up there more. How much does that disrupt the flow of the tempo, the type of offense you have? Because I asked, once AC left on Sunday, it seemed like Tennessee just dialed it up even more as far as the pressure, and you seem like Rivers didn't seem comfortable, and he had to get rid of the ball even quicker in the passing game.
Yeah, obviously, when you have a guy like J.J. Watt that you're preparing for and you're going against, he's been not a good, but a phenomenal player in this league for a lot of years. So I have the utmost respect for J.J. Watt. We've thought about J.J. Watt more than you could possibly think about a person these last couple of days, or yesterday and today. We will continue to think about him as the week goes along, and we don't want to let a good player beat us. Not a good player, a great player beat us, right? So we'll do everything we can do to slow him down, and he's going to be able to get his because of how good of a player he is. But that unique players like him, we're definitely going to focus on and have a plan for, because obviously he is such a phenomenal football player. So thinking about him a lot and how we're going to slow him down, and not that it affects us, it just is part of our process.
Zach Kiefer.
Hey, Nick, I'm curious, if Castonzo's out, you've got some options, I guess. You got to do something at that spot. When you and Nick, or when you and Frank and Chris maybe sit down and talk about potentially moving Braden over there, I'm curious what goes into those conversations, and how different is the right tackle spot from the left tackle spot with your expertise?
Yeah, good question, Zach. We just play out every scenario, really. I mean, we do that, just like we would a play. Any play that goes in, we're going to play that play out in our minds, on tape, whatever we can, with Phillip, versus every different look they could possibly give us. And there's no different, so we think about plays like that. There's no difference when we think about, our players, their players, and, how we have to, change it up based off someone being out or someone being down, or, so we talk through that. We talk through that a bunch, and we're in the process of, making decisions there on that. What's the best fit? What's the best fit for our team? What's the best fit for our team this week? So yeah, a ton of conversations go on about that. There's good rush, with the right tackle, left tackle thing, obviously, there's just good rushers. You need two good ones. You need two good ones no matter what, because Chap was saying, JJ Watt can go from one side to the other side. And, sometimes a team has two good ends, one on the right and one on the left. So, we value the position of tackle greatly, and not only left tackle but also right tackle.
Joel Erickson.
What did you see out of Danny Pinter in his first start, and how tough is it maybe just do something like snapping if you haven't done it before?
Yeah, I thought Danny did a good job for his first start. It wasn't too big for him. It was a big game, obviously. It wasn't too big for him. I thought he graded out well. He gave us a chance to. Him playing at his position, he gave us a chance to win. So just want to build upon that. Want to build upon that with him. That should give him great confidence that he's able to play in this league. Sometimes, some guys that haven't had a ton of experience, they go in and they, it is a little bit too big for them and they don't know if they can play in the league. I saw confidence in Danny leading up to the game. And I saw that confidence from Danny in the game. Saturday night, in our Saturday night meeting, I just felt like, when he was making, when we were watching the tape one last time and going over it with the players one last time, and he was making the calls, it was pretty incredible. We all it gave us a lot of confidence and, in him based off that meeting and, based off his preparation all week. And I don't think he disappointed. I thought he played a good game, particularly for his first start.
George Bremer.
Nick, a lot of the focus of the offensive line is the play as a unit, the 5 guys together, not any one individual guy. I'm wondering, one, how do you deal with that chemistry during the week when you have combinations that haven't been together a lot? And then 2, as you're thinking about moving guys around, how much consideration has to be given to not hurting yourself at 2 positions to try to improve 1?
Yeah, that's a good question, George. Obviously the chemistry is greatly important. And, those guys spent, all those guys 1 through 10, not just 1 through 5, they all spent a lot of time together. And, we get countless amounts of walkthrough and we get our practice time, but we get countless, Coach Wright gives us so much walkthrough time where, Coach Strauss based off that gives them, subs them in and out for that reason. Because we know the NFL is a long season and we know you're going to have to go through some ups and downs, different guys in. So attribute to Coach Wright and Coach Strasser, how they kind of, Coach giving us the amount of time that he gives us to walk through, and then Coach Strasser, mixing in the different personnel there. The chemistry is greatly important. And I think that those guys, work like crazy, to, to build that chemistry throughout the week. And, so it's not a complete, who is this guy next to me, right? When they go out there, they've had those conversations before, they've had making the calls before. So, yeah.
Jim Milo.
Yeah, Nick, I know this is a bit of a hypothetical, but Frank said you guys were kind of discussing all options. So what kind of left tackle would Quentin Nelson make?
Well, Quentin would probably be good at left tackle. He's good. He's such a good football player. He'd probably be good there. Have I seen him play that? And haven't seen him play it. But do I think he could do it? Yeah, because I think Quentin's just a heck of a football player. So, yeah, I think he probably could play center. He could probably play left tackle. He could probably play right tackle. We handed him the ball last year. He didn't get in the end zone as a fullback, but yeah, he catches it all right too. So maybe he could play some wide out, maybe in the slot.
Kevin Bowen.
Nick, this might be a nitpick of what Danny Pinter did on Sunday, but did you notice any low snaps from him at all? And again, we know full well his background, no center experience and all that, but I was just curious if you saw any timing off there.
Sure. There was a couple, obviously, I would, as you look at the tape, you're going to see a couple that are down there by Phillip's knees. Phillip, none that, Phillip did a great job of handling those. But sure, there was a couple, and that's not that you want that to happen. With the guy that playing in his first start, they had a guy on him at times, and yeah, there was a couple low snaps, so that was a good assessment on your part, for sure. There was.
We'll do last question, Jim Milo.
Yeah, Nick, just to follow up on that, especially because Phillip likes to get the ball out of his hand quickly, and you guys, there's some stuff based on timing for you guys in the offense. How do those low snaps put you behind the 8 ball a great deal, or is it something you can recover from pretty easily? Where does
Sure. I'd be lying if I said it didn't put you behind a little bit. Phillips, but Phillips, there's not much he hasn't seen in 17 years, meaning, he's seen every defense. He's gotten low snaps before. He's gotten high snaps before. He's gotten hit in the teeth before. So we got such a good pro with Phillip Rivers that he's able to counter some of those things and because he's seen them and he's done them before. Not that we want that, not that we want a low snap or not, but that he can handle it because he's very unfazed and unrattled by things, and because he's been there and he's done that.